anybody who shows up tonight. My name is Sharon Brubaker, and I'm a grief specialist. I'm the owner of the Grief School, the place where healing begins. I sit with women as they are struggling through their grief so that they can feel heard, understood, and witnessed, so that their grief can feel witnessed. It is huge to have your grief witnessed when you're on a grief healing journey. One of the things we're talking about tonight is you don't need a new life. Your life, even though it feels totally destroyed, even though it feels like there's no coming back on this life that you're in, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely don't need a new life. You need to heal the one that you're in. You need to heal the brokenness that you are experiencing. You need to heal the broken heart that you were left with. Your person left this earth. They left this earth and they've left you behind. And you feel, I understand, absolutely broken. But you don't need to burn down the life you have to escape this pain. You need space to feel it. You need to understand, you need the space to understand what purpose it serves. You need to be able to talk to someone about your grief and not come up against people who are not giving you the space to talk about your grief. The friendships, they seem fake. They don't seem real anymore. Hey, EK. After loss, everything feels wrong. The house feels haunted. The job feels pointless. The friendships feel fake. And you start thinking, maybe if I start all over somewhere. It is not uncommon for us as grievers to think that if we move from here to here, that we will have a better life. If we move the spot that we're in, we will have a better life. It is not uncommon for us to think, yeah, if I move from the circle to the square, my life will be better. But here's the deal, my friends. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. And wherever you are, you take your broken heart with you. This broken heart is going to travel with you. It's going to go everywhere with you. It is going to go from the circle to the square. You cannot move the situation and think that it is going to move the way that you feel. That's not how grief works. I'm trying to line up the camera. Sorry, guys. That's not how grief works. But here's the truth. Running will not fix your broken heart. Moving from here to here or here to here, even if you take a different route, will not fix your broken heart. I promise you. Maybe if I start over, maybe if I start a new beginning, I'll start to feel better. Grief isn't in the job. Grief isn't in the house. It's not even in the city that you live in. It's right here. Grief resides in your heart. And no matter how much you want to change this pain that's in your heart, you have to, number one, sit in it and allow it to be there. Because grief isn't in the job, it's not in the house, it's in your heart. It lives in your chest. It lives in every breath that you take. Every breath that you take that is so hard is where it lives. We hear ourselves tell the lie of how we can escape this and how healing doesn't mean what everyone is saying that it means. And I want you to know that healing is different for everyone. Hey, Miss Suzanne, it's different for everyone. Okay. If we take the words and we flip them upside down and we move them all around, if I write the word grief backwards, it's not going to change anything, my friends. You're still going to be grieving. It doesn't matter what position. It does matter. I don't want you guys to think that's not what I'm saying. It doesn't, the location of where you are is not going to change how you feel. And now that I'm saying that, I'm going to say this. There are so many grievers out here who tell me they don't want to be here any longer. I don't want to be here. I want to go be with my person. This doesn't feel right. I've actually had the craziest thoughts. There are grievers out here who have absolutely had the craziest thoughts. They've had thoughts about leaving, thoughts about doing something harmful to themselves. Hey, Miss Lisa, grief absolutely flips your world upside down. And suddenly nothing seems the same. Not even the word grief seems the same. You walk into the rooms in your house, and it doesn't even look familiar. Everything starts to feel foreign to you. Your routines feel foreign. Your relationships with others, your dreams that you had, your hopes, your expectations. You seem disconnected from all of them. Who am I now? I'm so disoriented. I don't understand this. That feeling makes you believe that you need to leave all this behind and go to another place. You don't know who you are. You don't recognize her anymore. And all you want to do is get out of here. You want to go to the new place. I promise you this, friends, unless you heal your broken heart where you are, it is not going to get any better. I can't even tell you how many times I have met grievers that have sold their home, moved out of state, changed their job, quit their job, completely cleaned out the closet of their person, got rid of everything, only to discover the real grief hadn't even started yet. The real grief of what was going to happen hadn't even started yet. Hey, everybody, I want to thank you for coming to the live. My name is Sharon Brubaker. I know that I'm here late. I did that not on purpose, but accidentally, but I just said I was going to be here today, and so I wanted to be here. Today, we're talking about you don't need a new life. You need to heal the life you have. You need to heal the brokenness of your broken heart that you have. Now, can you get a new life after your grief? By all means, allow me to step aside. I don't want to block the way. You can get a new house. You can move to a new town. You can get a new job. You can get a second husband. You can get a wife. I'm sorry, friends, you're not going to be able to get a new child. You can get a new best friend, should you choose to. Grievers have choices. Grievers have choices. You can have another baby. Absolutely. All of those are possible, right? All of those are possible. When I meant get a new child, you're not going to get your same child. My heart to yours. I remember Erica telling me that one day. I could have 1 million children, but not one of them would be Austin. Unless you heal what is broken inside of you, you will forever long for that thing, that person, and that spot where your heart is absolutely broken. Your routines, your relationships, your dreams will all seem disconnected from you. You'll feel disoriented. It will feel like that feeling makes you believe you need to leave it behind and change it. But here's the truth. Here's the absolute truth. You don't need a new life. You need to heal the broken life that you're standing in. You need to heal the broken heart that you have inside of you. You don't need a new life. What part of your life feels unrecognizable for you right now since your person died? What part of your life feels unrecognizable for you since your person died? Is it your day-to-day life? Is it your home life? Is it your life with your children? Is it the life that you live every single day, your routines? Is it that you lost your person and you have no one to text anymore? Is it that you feel like your right arm has been ripped off of you? Is it unrecognizable to look in your future and think that we were going to go there? We were going to go visit there. We were going to travel there. EK says my routines. I just spent 15 minutes hugging my mom's favorite sweater. I love it, Debbie. I love it. After loss, many of us start fantasizing about escaping. Hear me out. I want to say this also. This is also common with people who live in a stressful life. People who are living a stressful life often think about escaping. People who are unhappy, who feel less than joyful, who feel like they can't get things figured out, who start to blame everyone around them for their current situation. This happens, this wanting to escape happens to people in grief, but it happens to people that where their life is just not as happy or fulfilling as they would like it to be. Let me repeat that. For people who have a life that is just not as happy or fulfilling as they would like it to be, they have this feeling of wanting to escape. After loss, many of us start fantasizing about escape. I'm going to go to this new city. I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to meet new people. Something is going to replace this ache inside. It's not your city. It's not your job. It's not your job. Your job's not broken. Your city's not broken. Your brain is not broken. It's your heart, girl. It's your heart. You've got to be willing to look at this. This grief isn't something you can that you can just leave behind. It's not something you can just leave behind. You can't geographically change your location and think that your broken heart is going to go away. It doesn't work that way. It lives inside of your body. It is something that demands to be felt, to be seen, to be heard. Heard. We have to talk about it. Here's the problem. We go to talk, and there's very few people that will listen. Cam says, I recently lost my newborn daughter. Is it normal to feel happy some days and miserable other days? Absolutely. And you have the answer right in your question, my love. Cam, I'm going to read it again. I recently lost my newborn daughter. Is it normal to feel happy some days and miserable other days? And the answer is right in her question. I know I'm interrupting here, but I wanted to just address this real quick. Grief is a normal and natural reaction to a loss of any kind. Grief is normal and natural. She says, is it normal to feel happy? Yes, because grief is a normal response to loss. You will enjoy the sunshine on your face. You will enjoy the beautiful green trees. You will enjoy the rainbow. You'll enjoy the cup of vanilla ice cream. You'll really sink into that hot bath, that hot bubble bath. And 5 minutes later, you'll be on the floor, rolled up into a fetal position and crying. My heart to yours, Cam. Absolutely. Everything that we do in grief and loss, every response that we have, we even laugh sometimes. We even laugh. And it's all normal. Grief is a normal response. Remember, your heart is broken. It has grief in it. That doesn't mean you won't laugh at a commercial. It doesn't mean you won't cry at the diaper commercial. All of those things are going to bring pain to your heart. And some days won't be as heavy as others. That's the way it's supposed to be. If it was heavy, 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 we wouldn't make it out the other side. It was designed to ebb and flow. It was designed to ebb and flow. But here's the thing. As we're ebbing and flowing, sometimes we ebb and it hurts like hell. And when we ebb, when we go into the ebb, when we go down here, we go low, our heart starts to break. And this is where our brain comes in and tries to make the escape plan. Our brain is in here trying to make the escape plan. Let me show you something else about the ebb and flow. Here is the degree of pain that the average person in society is willing to accept. They're only willing to accept what shows up in here. You can talk this much about your grief. You can share this much about your grief. And for the most of them, right here is where they stop. Here's day one. You can share here. If you go all the way up here, they can't be a part of it. If you go down here, they don't have the tolerance for it. They don't know how to fix you. They don't know what to say. So the ebb and flow becomes a place that you actually end up feeling so alone. Because society is right through here. Most people will fall off here. And then you're trying to figure this out on your own. That's why it feels so lonely. That's why the heart feels so heavy. And right about here is where the brain starts to create the escape plan. Grief is not something that you can leave behind geographically. It lives in your body. It's carried through every breath that you make. It's carried through your bones. It lives in the silence. And it will follow you until you give it space. Fully feel it in your belly. Fully heard. Fully released. I'll challenge you all right now. I challenge you all right now. Run from your grief. Go ahead. You're smart. You got this figured out. You know how to do this. Go. I give you permission. Get in your car and go as far as you can. Go to the next town. If you leave today, you might be there but where you want to be by Friday. Make sure you pack a bag. Take your cell phone. Take your charger. Don't leave your charger behind. Take your laptop. Go to the prettiest beach you can find. I want you to rent that beach house that you've always dreamed of renting. You know, the one where the whole back of the house is all glass. And right in the center of it is this huge glass door that you open up. And when you open up that huge glass door, you can hear the waves. And the smell of the beach is so beautiful. And just off to the right is an all white, beautiful kitchen, accented in gold. In the living room is a step down. It's all white furniture. It is the dream house you've always wanted to stay in. I want you to rent it for 1 week. I want you to rent it for 1 week. They have the most exquisite wicker furniture on the porch. You can sit out there in your bare feet. You get to have coffee brought to you every morning by the butler that goes along with this house. You get to have coffee every morning. I promise you for day one, it is going to be amazing. I promise you for day two, it will probably be amazing too. You'll get to relax. You get to sleep in. You don't have to get up. You don't have to be bugged. No one's going to bother you. No one's going to ask you. But by day 3, 4, 5, 6, that grief will be back because it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. And even if you're there, and even if you're not feeling the grief as deeply as you're feeling it in your home, your brain is still turned on. It's still thinking the thoughts. It's still thinking all of the grief thoughts. And every time you think about your person, it's like you miss a beat in your heart. I promise you, friend, there is not one of us that can escape this. It just isn't. There's just not one of us. Have you considered starting over? Have you considered creating an escape plan? Have you considered how you're going to get away from this pain? What are you hoping to leave behind? What are you hoping will change? Trying to run the grief is like trying to run away from your shadow. No matter where you go, it's going to follow you. And often, the more you avoid it, the louder it will scream. And if you get away with 7 days in the beautiful beach house, please call me because I want to come and be with you. But side note, if you get away with 7 days in the beach house, the minute you come back home, the grief will come back. If you happen to get away with the 7 days and you make it home, I promise you it's going to come back because it doesn't go anywhere. No matter where you go, it follows. And often the more you avoid it, the louder it screams. Grief doesn't want to destroy your life. It never had intention to destroy your life. It is not what it's looking for. Grief is not trying to destroy your life. It wants your attention. It wants you to say, this hurts. Hey, Miss Kelly, my heart hurts. This really hurts. It wants you to acknowledge, I feel broken. I feel sad. It wants your tears. It wants your stories. It wants you to tell your stories. It wants you to set your rage down right here. And when you set the rage down, what's going to come up more is your love. In what ways have you been avoiding your grief? In what ways have you been avoiding your grief and pretending like this is not even happening? Where have you noticed it trying to catch up with you? Friends, my name is Sharon Brubaker, and I'm a grief specialist. I'm the owner of the Grief School. I sit with women and I teach them how to grieve. I teach you an educational program on grief and loss, and you do the work. I don't teach you how to grieve. You already know. I just remind you, hey, girl, this can happen. We can do this. You can do this. I promise to support you through this. I promise you can do this. Okay, a couple of things I want to let you know on this quick little commercial that I'm doing right now. Wednesday night, and for the next 3 Wednesday nights, I'm doing the emotional reset. If you go into the link in my bio and click on the link that says click here for hope, there you will find the emotional reset for Wednesday night, and it's $19. I just did the emotional reset, and my email and everything got jacked up. So if you signed up for the emotional reset and you already attended, you get to attend this one free of charge. So please do come. Hold on one second. I want to tell you about the emotional reset because I don't know where I put it. I want to tell you the exact right time. Okay, the 25th of June from 5 to 7 p.m. The 2nd of July from 7 to 9 p.m. and July 9th from 5 to 7. Starts this Wednesday night. I am not going to teach the same things I taught last week. I'm going to pick up on a disc that I already taught from, and I'm going to go from there. I'm going to teach a little bit of emotions, and I want to talk more about the cognitive response to grief, how our brain is controlling our grief, how our brain is controlling our emotions, how the emotions of the thoughts are sending emotions to our heart. So I'm going to go really deep into that. So if you came last week, I love you, love you, love you. You get to come this time for free. It's 3 Wednesdays in a row. If you haven't signed up, you go to the link in my bio and click on the link that says click here for hope. And there you can sign up. Also, July 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, I'm hosting the first since COVID grief intensive. The Forever Change Grief Intensive Weekend. It's going to be here in Dallas. You go to the link in my bio, and there you can get on the wait list. The landing page is done, and so you should be getting the information on that no later than Wednesday. It may already be up. I haven't checked it yet, but no later than Wednesday, you'll get all the information on that. Podcast. Healing Starts with the Heart. It's a great place to get information. Go all the way back to 2018 when Erica and I first started the podcast. Erica's my sister. She's the mother of Austin and Donovan. Austin drowned at the lake when he was 10 years old. Donovan died in a motorcycle accident 2 weeks before his 21st birthday. And Erica will be my co-teacher at the weekend. She will be teaching. And also, if you go to the link in the bio, you can find Erica's book. All right. There's all the information I needed to tell you guys about. We want to do non-surface level coping. We need to learn how to do this. There are no quick fixes. Friends, I want to tell you something. I'm going to be totally honest with you. There's only one way out of this. Hey, Fly Girl, there's only one way out of this. And that way out is absolutely through your heart. You've got to go through the pain. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you lost your person. I'm sorry that your person is no longer here. I truly am. I'm sorry that you're grieving. You know what else I'm really sorry about? I'm sorry that you feel all alone in this. I am. I really am. I'm sorry that you feel all alone. I'm sorry that the people you thought were going to show up for you didn't show up for you. I'm sorry that your heart is beating and you don't know what direction it's going in. I'm so sorry if you're anything like me. You're waking up in the morning and you can't figure out if you're going over here or sitting over there. We have to sit in the grief. We have to learn from it. We have to feel it. We have to say the words that we have never heard for ourselves. We have to cry the tears that burn. We have to cry the tears that we are being told right now to hold in. We're being told right now to hold these tears in because we have nowhere to lay them. There's nobody here giving us a chance to do anything with these tears. We have to stop pretending we're okay. We have to stop pretending we're okay. And that right there will change the whole thing. That right there will change the whole entire process for you. Stop pretending that you're okay. Stop pretending that you're okay for your neighbor. Stop pretending you're okay for your friend. Stop pretending you're okay at the grocery store, at work. We are pretending we're okay to make them feel better. You pretending that you're okay and you holding back your tears doesn't erase your pain. But when you allow the pain, when you allow the tears, you get a release. And when you get a release, it starts to soften. The more you talk about it, the more you feel heard, the more you talk about it with people who absolutely help you feel heard, meaning I can talk to you about my grief and you listen and I say things to you and you absolutely get it. Girl, I don't even know what that's like. I can't even imagine how bad that feels. My heart to yours. I have no idea what this feels like for you right now. I wish I was there. If I was there, I'd give you a big old hug. I would, I promise. But hey, you call me anytime. And I'm going to keep texting you and checking on you. We need to feel heard. We need to say the ugly and not be judged. We need to say the ugly thing that's in our heart and not feel judged. I'm so damn mad at him that he left me. What's the ugly you need to share? It's yours. It's yours. You get to share it. Linda Lou says, I need a big hug. Sending you love, Linda. And I'm going to sidetrack again, but one of the things that Erica and I used to do when we were teaching in our group is we would offer hugs. We offered hugs. And it went just like this. Grievers would come in and they would sit down. And the first night we do a grief share. And the reason we do a grief share on the first night is because you're nervous. You're scared. You walk into a room with a bunch of strangers And Eric and I share our own stories first. We share the rawness of our story, and we set the tone for you to share your grief. But as each person is sharing their grief, we say, "May I give you a hug?" So after they're done sharing their grief, we put our hands over our heart and we say, "May I give you a hug?" We ask them if the hug is okay, because the hug is not okay for everyone. There's healing in the hugs, friends. And then one of the first things we do is we teach you how to give a proper hug. We teach you how to give a proper hug to a griever. And Eric and I demonstrate this. So one of the things you want to do when you're giving a proper hug is first you ask, "May I give you a hug?" Don't just go in for the hug, especially if you don't know the person. If you don't know them, don't just go in for the hug. You don't know if it's safe. Maybe they've had some experiences in their life where a hug is not safe for them. Maybe they're grieving and they're getting out a lot of grief energy and they don't want a hug right now. Maybe they don't want a hug, and that's okay. And it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, and they can say no. So that's why we always ask, "May I give you a hug?" When we go in for the hug, right? We go in for the hug. I'm going to hug you like this. It's my heart to your heart. I'm going to pull you all the way in, and I'm going to hold you tight. I'm going to hug you, and I'm going to hold you tight. I mean, really tight. Look at my hands. I'm going to hug you really tight. And just about the time I feel your shoulders do this, I know that you are done with the hug. You are done with the hug. The hug wasn't about me. It was my heart to yours. It's a hug. When I tell you guys my heart to yours, I'm giving you a hug. It's exactly what I'm giving you as a hug. My heart to yours, my friend. I have no idea what you're feeling right now. It is absolutely you giving the other person a hug. My heart to yours, right? When their shoulders go down, then you release. You release. Just wait until you feel the shoulders go down. Why? Because sometimes the grievers go in for the hug and they bawl. They bawl and cry. They do the ugly cry right on your shoulder. Sometimes no one has touched them or talked to them in 6, 7, or 8 months. Sometimes no one has even touched them since their person died. And so they may fall apart in your arms, and you're going to be okay with that, right? So you're okay with that. Their shoulders release, you back up. I'm telling you, they're going to come in for 30 more hugs because they need it. They need that. That is how we hug a griever. We ask them if it's okay. We go heart to heart. We hug them really tight, and we wait for their shoulders release. When their shoulders release, then we release. We teach it on day 1 in our grief program. I don't talk about it a lot here because I really like to teach it in person. There is a photo of Eric and I doing the hug at the front of one of our last seminars prior to COVID. And I'm actually, doing the sample and I'm giving her the hug. And I'm telling you guys, on a lot of these weekends, I give so many hugs because we need it. Grievers, we need it. We need the hug. Okay. What would it mean to you to have your grief witnessed without judgment, without pressure, without being told to move on, being offered the hug, someone who truly sits and listens to you? That's what happens in the weekend. That's absolutely what happens in the weekend. I find that most women are praised in this situation for being strong, for keeping it all together, for showing up for work. Girl, you fed your kids today? Wow, that's amazing. When they see you check all the boxes, grocery shopping, laundry, when they see you checking all the boxes, they assume you're back. Girl, Oh, you got this. Yeah, I saw you put the trash out. Put the trash out. If they see you keep it all together, you can check all the boxes, you look like you're getting it all done on the outside, they're not going to show up for you. They're not going to offer you the hug. No one sees what's happening inside of you. No one can feel what's happening inside of you. No one knows what's happening behind your eyes. The numbness, the fear, the exhaustion, the resentment that no one gets it, the anger, pretending to be okay, pretending that you've got it all together. They don't know. That's not healing. And for them to come up and say, girl, you got this. That is not healing. That is you hiding. And hiding only makes the pain go deeper. It only makes the pain go deeper. What are you tired of pretending? What are you tired of pretending that everything is okay? What part of you is tired of pretending? Dara says, I wish someone would just sit with me. The nights are bad. I need someone to hear all of it. When I tell you that grievers want to feel heard, they want to feel listened to, they want to feel respected, they do not want to feel judged. You deserve more than just survival. You deserve more than just barely making it through the day. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning how to carry this love without it crushing you daily. It means making space for the joy without feeling guilty. It means telling the truth about your pain and letting someone sit with you and hold that pain for you. That's what the Forever Changed Weekend is all about. It is a sacred pause. It's a sacred pause in life to help you slow down since everything in your life has fallen apart. Do you honestly believe that this grief journey is just about you surviving? It's just about me. I just got to survive. I've just got to survive. But for how long? How long do you just have to survive? What if your whole experience in grief could be changed? What if you believed it could all be changed? There's so many women out there. I just got to keep busy. I just got to keep busy. I just got to stay in front of it. And bam, the grief catches up on them and knocks them out from behind. It trips them. Boom. So for the ones that are like, I just got to keep busy, they're doing all the cleaning. They're taking all the overtime. They're overcommitting. They're going to volunteer at their daughter's school. I am grieving with a woman right now that puts on seminars. She puts on seminars. Her husband died. And 3 weeks after the funeral, she put on a seminar. She told me right now she doesn't even know how she did it. But because she had all the supplies, she thought it was the right thing to do. She thought it was the right thing to do. And so she showed up for the seminar and she put the seminar on. She says she don't even know what she said. If people got anything out of it, she don't know. Because she was trying to keep busy. She was trying to keep in front of it. But now here she is, a year and a half later, and guess what? The grief is showing up. It shows up in your sleep. It shows up in your stomach. It shows up in your silence. The truth is, the only way out of this grief is absolutely through it. And I'm offering you a weekend to come and sit with me. Hey, Monette, how are you feeling? I just thought about you. I'm offering you a chance to come and sit with Erica and myself as we guide you and walk you through it. This, my friend, is what makes the Forever Change Weekend so powerful. You get the tools, you get the support, and you get the connection, not just the information. I want to ask you this. Where is the grief showing up in your body right now? Is your mind tired? Is your body tired? Are you exhausted? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your back? You might be wondering if I'm the only one who still feels broken. Am I the only one that still feels this way? Am I the only one that's still grieving? You're not. And guess what else? You're not crazy. You're not behind. You're not doing this wrong. You're grieving. And grieving feels really bad. Grieving feels really bad. And you're not crazy. You're not behind. You're not doing this wrong. But grieving without direction is going to leave you stuck. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It may even make you doubt your person, your time, your ability to want to stay here. One of the things that we started talking about here is that you don't need a new life. You don't need to burn this one down. You don't need to start over. The fatigue, it's in the fatigue. It's everywhere. Dara says, I lost 14 pounds. It's in my eyes. It's in my own. Fly Girl says you can see it in her eyes. Linda Lou says in her chest. You don't need to burn everything down and start over. You need to go after the pain. You need to go after the pain. You just have to take the first step. You have to take one step towards me. What does that mean? People can't come over here and call me up and say, Sharon, hey, my neighbor's husband died. Here's her number, 555-7639. Can you call her? Can you call her and see how she's doing? Nope. I'm not calling your neighbor. I'm not going to call your neighbor. Why? Because if your neighbor really wants help, she needs to call me. Same thing with you ladies, you beautiful ladies who show up in here every day. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm going to tell you what I have. Here's what I have. And if you want the help, you will come and get it. And if all you want is to come see me in the lives, I love you. If you just want to go to the community stuff, I love that even more. But I'm going to be offering programs all along the way. I'm going to be offering programs all along the way. And when you're ready, you will step onto one of those. EK says, yes, you have to be ready to do the work. Yes and no. Like EK, just for an example, I'm going to use a death, okay, for an example. If your father is actively dying, you're not going to come to my program. If your father died 2 weeks ago, you're probably not going to come to my program. If it's been 6 months, you're probably going to look at my program. I agree with you. I don't see the link for Wednesday. Go to the link in the bio, click on the link that says, click here for hope. And then you'll see emotional reset. And B. Garza, did you sign up already? If you signed up already, you're in. Everyone who signed up already, they're in. It's the emotional reset. It's under the weekend. Also, I'm going to spin back again really quick. If you signed up for the emotional reset and you came last time, I did a lot on emotions. I'm only going to touch on emotions. I'm going to talk on intellect. I'm going to talk on intellect, brain, thoughts, the things that's keeping us behind. So it is going to be 3 whole new days, but they're 3 consecutive Wednesdays. If you've never been given the space to talk about your grief honestly, if you're able to sit and talk about it without sugarcoating it of any kind, the real kind I'm talking about, you can talk about the anger. You can talk about how much you miss them, how much it hurts to breathe. That's the space I want to offer you. I want to offer you that space. It's where the truth is going to get aired out and where the healing is truly going to begin is in the Forever Change Intensive Weekend. Every truth that you have is welcome. Every emotion that you have is welcome to this weekend. What's the one thing you've never said out loud about your grief? I love this question. You don't have to answer it here. But what is the one thing that you've never said out loud about your grief? What's the one thing that you're holding in? How mad are you about this part? Under that grief, the grief that you've never spoken about, there's something under there trying to get said. There's something under there that was dying to tell this story. Hey, Celie, we haven't seen you in a while. It's trying to show you the wound. It's trying to show you the wound. But because you're not talking about it and because you're not sharing it, the wound is not getting exposed. When we talk, when we listen, when we slow down enough to feel this grief, instead of fighting against it, the pain starts to shift. And then your grief becomes a tool that you use to teach you what is inside. You're using your own grief. You're using your own grief to teach you, show you. Because as I pull out one layer, guess what? There's probably another layer in there. Suzanne says, losing Kale was hard enough, but fake friends added additional layers to the pain. Not having people there to show up for you is huge. And I want to tell you this. If you only have one friend that's showing up for you and she's showing up for you the way you want, consider yourself very lucky, my friends. Excuse me. There are a lot of us on the grief healing journey have no one showing up for us. When we listen, when we slow down, we feel it instead of fighting against it. And that's when the grief shifts. When the grief becomes the teacher and not the agitator. It's where we learn from this grief. It's where we learn what is breaking inside of us, what has broken inside of us, right? When I tell you this, I've said this 100 times. And the reason I say this and I teach it a lot is because I didn't know. I did not know that Erica was not broken. I thought she was broken. She was my baby sister. Her son died. He drowned at the lake, and I thought she was broken. And I thought it was my job. I don't know why I took on the job, but I thought it was my job to fix her. You do not need to be fixed. You are not broken. You are grieving. And this grief is a sign of your love. It is not a sign of your weakness. It is a sign of your loved. I promise you the Forever Change weekend will help you stop battling yourself and start partnering with the pain. Together, we turn the pain into a process. It becomes a process. The process of grieving should have a beginning. It should also have a middle. And I'm here to tell you that nobody's going to tell you this, but it should also have an end. The beginning is going to be on day one. The middle is going to be when you realize, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this anymore. I need help. How? Why? And the end is going to bring you right back to the beginning. And this is where you're going to do the work. This is where you're going to do the much needed work on your heart. This is the part you're going to give the voice to. This is where you do the work. And you see, it's not the same. It's not straight. It's a little curly. But that's where you're going to do the work. A beginning, a middle, and an end. And it brings you right back to the beginning. Right back to where you started. When you do the much needed work, it feels lighter. You can talk about your person. You can share about your person. You can say their name without falling apart. You can look at pictures of them. You can hear jokes about them. You don't walk into the room and get in the room. Your grief doesn't get in the room 10 minutes before you do. Sorry, guys, I got to plug my phone in. You start to sleep better. You go days without thinking about the pain. You share stories about them. And yes, you might even still cry. You will definitely miss them. You will definitely think about them. But that agonizing pain that followed you around from room to room, that's the pain I'm going after. My job is to help you remove the pain of grief, not the love, not the memory of them. I'm looking for the pain that is in your heart. Oh, so glad, B. Garza, you're going to be there. Friends, I say this all the time, and I know it to be true now. No one's coming to save you. There's nobody coming. There's no grief committee. There's no social worker, like what I thought. I thought there was going to be a social worker, and she was going to have all the answers, and she was going to have this book, and it was going to say, here's how to grieve. And she was going to give me the book, and then I was going to know how to grieve when she gave me the book. Now, I didn't know where I was going to meet her or where I was going to run into her. I just knew it was a social worker or something like that. I'm not kidding you guys. That's what I thought. Immediately after Austin died, I knew to call the doctor for my dad. I called his doctor, who I know very well. I called her, and she wrote him a prescription for Ativan. I also thought there was a prescription that could help him with the grief. Oh my God. You guys, that was 19 years ago. It was my first experience, and that was some of the thoughts that I had. But I want to tell you this. No one's coming to save you, girl. I'm so sorry. I'll join you. I'll join you on your grief journey, but I can't save you. You got to do the work. You have to do the work. I'm simply going to guide you. But because you have to do the work, it doesn't mean you have to do it alone. You do not have to do it alone. The women who will join us for the weekend, they're not weak either. And they sure as heck aren't brave. They're there trying to learn it just like you. They're tired of surviving. They're ready to feel. They're ready to breathe again. They're ready to be real. That's the true invite. What would it mean if you said that I'm ready? What would it mean if you say I'm not ready? I'm going to ask both of those questions. What happens if you don't do this? You don't have to escape your life. You don't need to reconnect in some strange way. You don't need to wait for clarity. The clarity is going to come. You do this with your raw truth. I am not going to rebuild the old version of you into a new version. It's still you. Linda Lou says, I'm not ready. Based on what, Linda Lou? Based on what? Linda, we call my daughter Lauren Lou. We call her Lauren Lou. I love that. We're not rebuilding an old version of you. We are meeting the version of you where you are, and we're rising from the wreckage. We're going to rise from the wreckage, and you're going to be you without the grief. You're going to be you without the brokenness, the grief, the pain. The love is still going to be there. The love is still going to be there. Friends, I want to tell you something. This ain't a magic wand. I can't beepity boppity boop you. I can't take this and make you forget. I can't. If you've made it this far, you already know something has shifted. If you made it this far, something has already changed. I guarantee you. Are you still hiding? Your pain is not too much. You are not too late. The weekend with Erica and myself is where this is all going to start and where it's going to change. Join me for this life-changing event, this grief life-changing event. Because I promise you, from the moment you walk in the doors, you will breathe again. You will feel a new beginning and you will feel refreshed. Hey, girl, I want to ask you, are you coming? Are you ready? Because that's where we end the survival journey and we start living again. All right. I'm going to end with this. You do not need a new life. You need this life with this person, with this pain. That's where we start building from. You need this one to stop hurting. You need this heart that you have right now, you need it to stop hurting. Let's do this together. Let's walk through this journey together. I think that there's so many of us that think that if we just stay like this and stay in this pain, this is what I thought. I need to keep this pain. I need to keep feeling like this because this is the pain that he left me. But I have so much more from Austin, from Donovan, from my dad, from Sharon. I have so much more. Flaw Girls, I says, I miss him so much. I see him in everything that I do. Yes. Yes. They are definitely with us. They are definitely with us. Everything we do, every time we talk, every event we have. Linda Lou says, this is not my first rodeo. Yeah, Linda, it will never be everyone's first rodeo. We will have multiple grieving experiences if we live long enough. We will have multiple grieving experiences. This will not be our first, and it for sure won't be our last. And I can guarantee you, you've had multiple. Knowing that there are 47 or more known losses, you've had multiple grieving experiences. We just didn't call them grief, right? When we were bullied in the 3rd grade, no one said this is a grieving experience. When our first boyfriend broke up with us because he started going with the other girl in the school, no one came to us and said, this is grief. It was grief. Breakup of a romantic relationship is a grieving experience. When our dog died, when we were 9 years old, it was a grieving experience. But our parents didn't come and sit us down and say, hey, honey, this is grief. This is what it feels like. This is where you'll feel it in your body. They didn't do that. And that unresolved grief becomes compounded grief. So all of those experiences that we had from the 3rd grade, 1st grade, our parents got divorced when we were in kindergarten, all of those grieving experiences don't go anywhere. Miss Linda, they stay there. Those things stay there. And then we have this one major loss, which brought you here today. And it starts to attach to all of the others. Now, because this thing is so heavy, it starts to weigh us down. It starts to weigh us down. Here we're at day 1. We start to go through this. This is so heavy, we can't figure it out. Now we know here we need the help. How did this happen? Why did this happen? That's where a lot of people come and find me, is around here. And then this is you doing the much needed work. It's a layer that we're going to put around your heart. All right. Hold on, TikTok. Okay, YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring me. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you for everyone who stayed in for the lesson. I truly, truly appreciate you. Look for the link that says Beacons AI at the Grief School. There you can find the emotional reset that will be, I'm going to go over those one more time. This Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. July 2nd, the following Wednesday, from 7 to 9 p.m. And on July 9th, from 5 to 7 p.m. 3 Wednesdays. I'm going to go over the cognitive responses to grief. I know last week was the emotional reset. A lot of people signed up and they didn't get the email. My assistant was gone. I'm doing this as an encore for everyone that paid, everyone that didn't get a chance to show up, everyone that still wants to learn about the emotional reset. I'm going to pick up where I left off. If you've already paid and you attended last week, you are absolutely invited to come for free. You will get the new email. If you haven't done so yet, go into the link in the bio and sign up for the emotional reset. All right? I'd be honored to have each and every one of you here. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.